Hi everyone, it's Carly with Laughing Daisy Co. Today I'm going to show you how to make this chunky blanket, and I hope you enjoy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a blanket with the Bernat Blanket Extra Thick yarn. It's chunky chenille. Alright everybody, so here's our yarn. The very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make a slip knot. So I'm going to give myself about 2 feet of space. So here's 2 feet that I'm going to weave in later on. Okay, so I've got that. Then you're going to go ahead and do a slip knot. So we're going to just go ahead and cross your tail over your working yarn. Bring your hand through. I like to use the rule of just 2 fingers and a thumb. That's about the size I want to have anytime I'm making these stitches here. So we're going to go ahead and grab your working yarn, and then you're going to hold your tail and your working yarn and pull that tight. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and reach back through your loop and grab, we'll get that tail out of the way, grab your working yarn, and you're going to do those 2 fingers and your thumb, and you're going to pull through. And then you're going to reach down, grab that yarn, and pull it through again. And you'll keep going as many as you would like to do. For my blanket, I did 24. Alright, so we've got 24 loops. Some of them are off of camera. And we're on our last loop. So now what you're going to do is you're going to have to continuously give yourself slack as you go through this. You'll be unwinding the ball and giving yourself some slack. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and now we're going to be pulling it through. So I'm reaching through and pulling again. Pull this yarn across the top so you know where it's going, okay? So I pull up and I've got a loop. Now I'm going to reach through the next one and pull up and I've got a loop. Reach through the next one and you're going to go ahead and pull up and you've got a loop. So you see these 3 loops here. You're just going to keep doing that. You just go through this back loop here. There's just a little hole for each stitch. You'll just pull up and there's your loop. And you go to the next one, pull up, and there's your loop. You're going to do that all the way across. Alright, so now I've gone all the way across, and the way that I keep each of my loops the same size is that 2 finger and a thumb rule. So each time I'm reaching through the 2 fingers and my thumb to pull that loop through and making sure that's about the size of each loop. So I stick my 2 fingers in, that's the size I'm doing. So now that I'm to the other end, I've got my working yarn here. This is still my tail. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to reach through my last loop and pull it through. There's my 2 fingers, and you're just going to keep going back and forth as long as you would like for your blanket. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to show you how to cast off next after I finish going across this row. Okay, so now what you're going to do in order to cast off, you're going to want to take your working yarn and you're going to want to make sure you have enough to cast off. So the way you do that is you're going to go back and forth with your yarn and make sure that you have enough to go back about 4 to 5 times. 4 is probably good enough. So we'll go back 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got 4 times there, and that is enough to finish our yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and whip that all off, and then I'm just going to do the 1 all the way across, because this is the side that I'm going to finish with, right? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take those 2 fingers again, and you're going to bring them up through this side loop, and you're going to take your hand and push it down into the next loop. So you've got 2 on your finger. Now I want to make sure that you know you don't want to pull up or it's going to mess with your tension. So take your 2 fingers down into this. So you've got your 2 fingers out. Then you're going to take your working yarn, pinch that yarn with your 2 fingers, and pull it through. Make sure you still got that 2 finger width there. And you're going to do that all the way across. Take this, go down into the next one, grab your yarn, and pull it up. And that's casting each 2 stitches into 1. We're going to do that again. Down into the loop, grab the yarn, pinch it with those 2 fingers, and pull it through. Down, put your hand like that, pull that through, so you've just got the loop with the 2 fingers, and we're going to do that all the way across. Alright, so I'm almost at the end. I just wanted to show you what you're going to do at the end. So take those 2 fingers, put them in, then you're going to go ahead and pull that, And we've just got these last two fingers down into that loop, down into the loop, and then pinch and pull. Make sure it's 2-finger width. You can always pull on your working yarn to make it fit those 2 fingers a little better. Into the last one, you're gonna grab that yarn, pull it through, and then this one, you're going to cut your yarn after about, give yourself, you know, as much as you would like to weave in. So I like to weave in at least 2 to 3 feet. So you're just going to go ahead and keep pulling that loop through, and then cut where you'd like to cut, and that will be your blanket. I'll show you the finished product next. Alright everyone, so I know you're excited for the finished product, so let's have a look. So here's our chunky blanket. It's super cozy, super comfy, and so much fun to just snuggle up in or sit in it. So I'll catch you next time. Go ahead and give me a quick subscribe, and let me know what you want to make next. See ya!